All right, Brett, is this case a sweetheart deal?
Jesse, let's start with the beginning of a sweetheart deal. You have Joe Biden, who ushered in penalties, extreme penalties for crack cocaine distribution, possession, distribution, and use, and 100 times the length of a sentence for powder cocaine. And then he just recently signed a bill that if you were a user in possession of a firearm, you were no longer facing up to 10 years, but 15 years. So he's willing to be real tough, take off the kid gloves when it comes to these types of crimes, unless it's his kid. All of us, all of our, kids or anybody else, any Joe American citizen out there would be facing outrageous sentences. And I'm talking decades in federal prison. Not only is this a sweetheart deal, they had to manipulate and do legal and factual gymnastics to actually achieve it. And they violated their own internal policies on every single count.
What do those internal policies say? I can't imagine you cheat the government out of taxes for 2 years and wave around a hot gun in front of drugs and just walk.
John Ashcroft issued a memo, and Eric Holder issued a memo as attorneys general. They indicated that you have to charge the highest, most reasonable, provable offense for the evidence you have. Not one of these is the highest provable offense. The tax charges are misdemeanors that are rarely, if ever, brought when involving millions of dollars. I've never seen a diversion on a gun charge. And the reason, Jesse, is DOJ has a policy that they will not divert. And that means they'll get rid of the felony if you'll behave. They don't divert in gun crimes because they've specifically exempted it. You have to have special permission. So all of this was manipulation. And let's say they ignored the laptop. We already know that they didn't follow any of the transactions involving the money. They're not doing what's called sourcing. Sourcing follows money. And if it went out of one bank account and into somebody else's or into an LLC, then you have conspiracy and you have money laundering and wire fraud. And all of that comes with years in federal prison.
As a former federal prosecutor, what do you think about the fact that this federal prosecutor didn't follow the money and didn't even open the laptop?
Well, I've seen some outrageous things over the last few years, things that just make you shocked at what you're seeing. But you don't have to hate the Bidens or like Trump or be political at all and not be outraged at this. There isn't a single individual out there that's been prosecuted under the gun statute or the tax evasion statute or has the illegal money that was coming in like this that didn't get laughed at when they approached DOJ and asked for a diversion or asked for a misdemeanor. It just doesn't happen. Can you imagine walking in to some gang member's house that you know is using drugs and they have crack cocaine and they have guns around? There's escorts who might be underaged and you have millions of dollars. You think they don't seize all of that and throw the book at them? They do it with everybody in this country except for someone named Biden.